All right, you couldn't hear that at all. Okay, all right, no problem. But anyway, getting back to what happened with Howard Stern on David Letterman. Basically, he was apologizing to David Letterman because David Letterman would give him a call in his younger days and just talk about personal things. And what Stern would do, instead of just keeping it personal, he would talk about it on the air. And he was there apologizing to David Letterman about that. Now, I know the folks are out there saying, why do you guys always talking about Howard Stern? Why are you talking about Howard Stern? Well, I'll tell you why we're talking about Howard Stern. Because he's going downhill. He's a has-been. And the reason why we talk about Howard Stern is because Jay Leno went down on the bottom, okay, because he had years of success. He took this primetime show. It flopped. Yes, Jay Leno had a show that flopped. But now Jay Leno is back on top. He's beating Letterman unmerciful. But yet, Howard Stern is constantly bashing Jay Leno. And yet, this guy had to take a major pay cut. He's on satellite radio. And if he didn't take his pay cut, there was only a couple opportunities that he had. And one was on the internet. I don't even think he had another radio opportunity.
Wow, that's amazing. Hey, how long ago do you think it was that he made that comment and talked about Letterman on the radio?
It was about 10 years ago, I believe.
Wow, 10 years. He's dipping back to 10 years to kiss some joker's ring just to make a name for himself, just to get on the show. So they figured, hey, if I kiss his ring today, maybe he'll have me back on, in the near future.
Exactly.
Fill my face again.
And speaking about how his career has taken a turn, once again, all our listeners and viewers can tune in, go on YouTube, type in Stone and Digital Dave Piers Morgan or Piers Morgan on Stone and Digital Dave, and you will see from the first day Oprah was on the show, Piers Morgan had 2.1 million viewers. And when the next day, when Howard Stern was the only guest, 800,000 viewers dropped, went click, 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 refused to tune in. It went from 2.1 to 1.3 million viewers. What do you think of that?
Well, I think he's lost his shine. He's not topical. He's not in the front runner as far as interesting people. And so it was a gamble he made. He made a lot of money. I'll give him that much. But it was a bad gamble because I believe Stern would rather have less money and more popularity than a lot of money and be a nobody. Right.
And plus, he's kind of lost his edge. He has a puppy dog mentality now. If you hear him from time to time, it's just bad.
Well, I was listening to one of the shows on YouTube. I came across off of one of our shows, and I said, let me click on to see what this clown's talking about. And believe me, there was such cursing. You're a sports player. You're a jock. You've been on teams. You've been a sports team.
Right.
And you know the talk that goes around, and the guys are swearing and this and that. They drop the F-bomb and this bomb and that bomb. And you hear it and you shrug it off and say, whatever, consider the source. I was listening to this nonsense, and within a minute, I believe this was before Artie tried to kill himself, within a minute, Artie had dropped the F-bomb about 30 times.
Right.
Now, I don't care where you are. You're in a bar, to me, when you're dropping expletives like that, you just have nothing to say. You have nothing to say, so all you do is just use a word that doesn't make any sense, doesn't fit in, and all you're doing is using that because you can't think of anything else. And it just amazed me how, it wasn't even funny in a funny content. I mean, like a stand-up comedian would put in curse words and you say, that was kind of funny.
Right.
But no, it was just, instead of saying, he said, the F word.
Right.
It was just plain stupidity.
So
my whole thing is, let me just take it back to where you were talking about him and Jay Leno. The reason why he hates Jay Leno is because, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a guy on Stern in the early years, and his name was Stuttering John.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But go ahead, you can tell the folks out
Jay
there.
Leno took Stuttering John from Stern and paid him like crazy money, like $200,000 a year, or something crazy like that, to be his announcer. And for 5 or 6 years, Stuttering John was John Melendez, the announcer for Jay Leno, and Stern never forgave him for that.
Right, that's a point, but I think also that he's just jealous of Jay Leno's success. He really is.
Well, maybe he is, but Jay Leno is successful for no good reason.
Well, I think he's a major talent.